boy.
Nope, sit right here until they're ready.
You lie!
There you go. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Happy Oyster Show. I am your host, Bart Burke, and we got Captain Freddie, the angry baby, in the house. Fred, what's on your phone? Anything good today?
Yeah.
You got a lot of good stuff over there? Freddie's researching, man. We are down, but we are not out. We got Skipper T in the house.
Morning, everybody. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
And we also have a special guest. We have Will Post in the house. He is going to be talking about the brown-tail moth in a little bit. We got a couple of little updates that we got to go over. Why is my lighting so dark when I'm down here, T?
I don't know. You want the light off?
I don't know what I want, to tell you the truth. We'll just get right into it. Why not, right? I can't forget about my sponsors. Sponsors today, Netminder. Netminder, the bio-friendly, anti-fouling, biodegradable, some awesome stuff, guys. I cannot tell you how awesome it is. I know I'm sounding a little, but I was a little skeptical at first. Let me just give you a quickie update on what's going on. We got the barrels. They got coated. I can't see a thing in this darkness. We had a special guest, Alex Walsh. The owners came from Netminder. And we coated these barrels down that are put in the drink. I have a special update, the Flupsy update. 10 days it's been in the drink. 10 days. Not one speck of algae growth on it at all. Zero. All right, we can go back inside. Not one little thing. This stuff works. Okay? You can get it. Give me a shout. We'll be able to hook you up. Netminder, come on, check it out. All right, that's enough of that. Really, though, all honesty, guys, this stuff works. It works phenomenally well. I was a little skeptical. I mean, just not a speck. Oh, the weather has been a lot better. Everything is doing better, except for the boat. So that brings me to the next part of the program.
What's the matter with the boat, Bart?
Our boat went in the drink. Everything was good. The motor started in the yard right over here.
A good thing in the drink, not like in the drink, like, oh my God, it went off by itself.
No, it's in the water. It got released into the water. And then we went and tried to start it up in the water. It started in the driveway, but in the water, it didn't start. So Captain Freddie, Angry Baby, and myself, move out of the way, T. Freddie's, I got to get Freddie on that. Oh, our fancy easel. Fred, we have no running comments. You should. Oh, you're not on the right thing. So, Fred, what happened to the boat, Fred?
Give me the box. All right, the story on the boat is...
I'll get that up.
What, Tom?
You want to get that computer up?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, the story on the boat is, like Bart said, it ran in the driveway, but it don't run in the water. It's a horrible 250 horsepower Mercury Black Ocean.
1998. The motor is
1998, super clean. It's a beautiful motor as far as ugly Mercuries go. Whatever.
It ran.
It ran really good in the yard. We had water going through it, everything. It checked all out, so we forgot about it. We got through much haggling around. We tried to get the trailer that we used to put the boat in the yard with. We couldn't get it. It didn't work out. So we went to see my friend at Hampton Shipyard. It's now called Hampton Marine Center, I believe, in East Quogue. His name is Fred Skopnich. I've known him for years. I used to work there after work.
Special shout out to Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Special shout out. Really good guy. One of the best. He gave us a great big giant commercial trailer
with a short window of opportunity to use it, so we had to use it, man. It wasn't like, oh, it's coming scheduled. Get the boat.
And we didn't even, the day we did it, we didn't even know it. We just went there and we were just kind of nosing around. And Freddie said, "I got a boat on it that's one of my for sale boats," but he said, "I'll have it off there and in 2 hours come back and get the trailer." So we said, "All right, we're in." Boat's going in the water.
Boat went in the water.
Boat went in the water. Absolutely no hitches. It rolled off. It slid into the water. It pulled itself over to the
Mint,
dock.
not
And
a problem in the world.
It sat there. It floated straight. It was perfect. Okay, picture perfect. Which is not that easy for a big boat. It's a big boat. Okay.
I have no. Oh, by the way, I have absolutely zero experience with motorboats of any kind. I can sail a boat, but I cannot under motor and power and all that kind of stuff. Just a little tiller, maybe on way back when. But a sailboat, I can sail, no problem.
Right.
Motorboat, nothing to do with it. Outboard motors, no idea. This is all new to me, and I am having a ball with this. Okay, I'm having a ball. Don't kid yourself. I'm having a good time.
Well,
Go ahead. But I'll have a little bit more of a ball.
Okay.
So now here we go. Why doesn't it run?
Right. And I've had experience all my life with outboard motors, so it's not like it's my first rodeo.
3 things it needs. What's it need? It needs fuel. It needs spark.
And
it
air.
needs compression.
Air.
And-
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we turn the key. Nothing happens. It cranks around, and so we figured, maybe you don't have any spark. We pull out the spark plugs. We put them on the block. We spin it over. We got spark all over the place. No problem. Spark is good. Then now we go to the fuel problem. Maybe it sat around all winter, which it did for almost over a year. Maybe the ethanol and the gas, the crap that turns all the inside of the hose is rotten and deteriorates rubber parts and everything else. We know all about this.
This is days now.
Before, done that. Happens in old cars, happens in everything, okay? Maybe the fuel system is clogged. It's an EFI fuel-injected motor. We take apart the fuel pump and
Cut to the chase, Fred.
Okay.
We took the whole.
We took everything
thing
apart. I took the whole injector rails out of it. I took everything. I took the entire fuel system completely apart.
Looked it over. Cleaned it up.
Cleaned it. Found really
Works.
nothing inside.
Seems good.
Absolutely seems like it's perfect.
Put it all back
Put it
together.
all back together. The only thing I can think of is that the box, this thing here,
Give me that thing.
it's a E. Yeah.
It's got a whole bunch of plugs in the back. There it is. It's kind of heavy.
Right. It
controls the.
What's that official name of that? What is that?
It's an EFI ECU. It's a electronic fuel injected
Computer module
that controls the fuel injected. It works in conjunction with the timing of the motor. Okay.
$700 brand new.
No, $1,700.
Oh, that's
obsolete,
right.
Obsolete. 1,700 new. 150 to $400 used. Whatever that comes off of a blown up engine. Okay.
So
okay, this box, bottom line, it sends it a 5 volt pulse to the fuel injector that opens the valve in the injector and squirts a mist of fuel into the engine. We squirted a mist of fuel into the engine, it starts right up, okay, and it goes, and it runs. All right, so in my mind, I'm saying the last part.
In our minds.
In our mind. In the last part.
I'll take some.
In the last part of the chain of the fuel getting into the cylinders of the motor to explode, we think that this box is not sending a pulse to the fuel injector.
You have to have your Sherlock Holmes hat on, all of these things. We got it to this point. We figure it's this.
It takes a special meter to test it. It's called a pulse meter. So
we got this thing 2 days later.
We called the guy in Florida. He sent us this box. Used, okay? We put the box on the motor. We figured, I'm figuring, my exact words were, what was it? The thrill of victory or the agony of defeat. 50-50 chance. Okay. We put the box on the motor. It takes us 5 minutes. We turn the key. It's the agony of defeat.
We were that guy that spun off the control. You know the guy that went down the thing.
Wide world of sports.
Wide world of sports. Absolutely. Okay.
Every Saturday afternoon.
Bart's all positive. I'm all negative as usual. Whatever. That's why we work. Okay. So anyway, we yanked the box off. We got our box here. The box is going back to the guy in Florida because he was good enough to say he would take it back in 14 days. Okay.
So we send it back. So that's where we're at now. So now what are we gonna do?
Now we have to tow the boat to my friend Bartel Marina in Remsenburg. We're gonna have to tow the boat over to Bartel. And we're going to hope to heck that his mechanic or he can figure it out. Now, the funny thing about it is we talked to 2 old-time mechanics that have been working for over 30 years, these guys. Not rinky-dink guys, serious outboard mechanics. One guy said he never changed this box in 30 years, okay? The other guy said he changed one box because it was squirting too much fuel and it was a problem. So we don't know where to go.
So we figured, Murphy's Law, it's got to happen to us. We got to be the number 2 guy.
We got to be the third box.
So whatever. It didn't work. So that's where we are. Right. We are down, but we are not out. We are not defeated. We are not giving up. The motor will go sooner or later, or we're going to get a new motor. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm not embarrassed, but I am pissed. Let me tell you what. Could I have that notes there, please?
The technology is beyond me. That's
these 1998. It's just a little too old and a little too new.
1998.
It's yeah. Isn't that crazy? 20-year-old boat motor, but it wasn't that bad.
Carburetors on it, I can fix it. If it's the electronic computer, I can't fix it.
All right.
That's like him with cars.
So now you want to be up there to be able to see what's going on with phones, or you're going out of there?
No, I'll stay here.
All right.
Maybe see what the comment run is.
Here's your comment.
All right.
Yeah, now you can take care of it. All right. Sorry.
A hole in the water you throw money at. Right on, Calvin.
A hole in the water. You ain't kidding me. All right. Enough of that business. So moving on to the next step. Last week, we talked about the brown-tail moth, and I had a special guest that I was going to bring on board, and I brought him here all the way from Maine. Woo-hoo! He's here to see us. Come on right over here. Sit down right next to me. My buddy Will.
Hey!
I'm Will Post.
All right. You got to look right in you got to stay in the area. Okay. So sit down. Take it easy, Mr. Will. Will is all the way down from Maine. He took him about 6-7 hours. I know about that because I was up there doing my thing with you. And Will is on track with the brown-tail moth. Showed up. Now, the brown-tail moth, it really doesn't have a brown tail, though. I kind of looked it up. What color is it?
It's kind of like a brownish, orangish color.
Like a whitish. No?
The moth is white, but the tip is brown.
Okay, the tip is brown. But, it's not, Oh, I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the difference between a moth and a butterfly?
Of course.
Okay.
Moths have a little hair, and butterflies don't.
Okay. There's something with their antenna. Isn't there something with the little thing that come out of there or something to that degree?
Butterflies
You know what else is very
like
interesting? That there are no butterflies that fly at night. Did you know that?
Well,
There are a couple of moths that fly during the daytime, but not very many. Most of the time, moths fly at night. Did you know that? And your special moth over here, this poisonous moth, who happens to have skin. Why is it so bad for people?
Also barked?
Yes.
Well, basically, the brown-tailed moths have these toxic hairs, and if you touch one, you will get a deadly rash. Well, it won't kill you, but it just will make you itch like crazy.
Like poison ivy.
Well,
And it's a hair or a scale.
It's kind of like a porcupine quill, except
but it's
without,
really small, isn't it?
And they're covered in them. Like think of a woolly bear, but each hair is poisonous.
So now, so now, not only are the hairs poisonous and all of that kind of stuff, and they just but they eat the leaves on the trees. So that does a whole. So they're twofold. They're kind of evil. They are a little on the evil side. Now, what happens if you breathe in those little hairs? Like if there's a whole bunch of them in there, and all of the hairs are coming down and they're doing their thing, and you breathe them in, that's not good either, right? I would imagine that's going to get irritation in your throat, like as if poison ivy was smoking or this or that. Yeah, you got it. All right. Easy does it. I don't want you going down on me. All right, live. That would be terrible. You might get me my subscribers. Did I ever tell you what a pain in the neck it is to stream live with the computer? We need 1,000 subscribers so that we can stream on our thing.
For you.
Okay.
I have the perfect thing for you.
Okay.
If you make it up to 1,000 subscribers, and the 1,000 subscriber, post that in the comment section, and you will receive a brown-tailed moth shirt.
Nice.
Wow.
So to our 1,000th subscriber, when that comes up, I think what we'll have to do is when we start getting close, what we'll do is we'll just do a random pick. I think is probably a better idea.
Yep,
I like that.
Close to
All right.
1,000.
So when we start getting close, right now we're at 919. Okay. So we got to pay attention, everybody. So when we start getting close to around, so somewhere between 980 and let's say 1,020. All right. Somewhere in that neighborhood, with that in that show, Will is going to come back on. We're going to have a pick, and we're going to pick out somebody that's going to get himself a brown tail moth shirt. So now, obviously, guys, you guys got to subscribe now. I know half of you guys are not subscribed. I know that from the analytics.
Can they see
So,
can they see the show?
now it's time. Now it's time, guys. I mean, it's important. You might be able to obviously get yourself a brown tail shirt. Let me see the back,
Stand
please.
up.
Show them back, please. There you go. Down a little. There you go. Hold it right there. Don't move. Don't move. You're good. Perfect.
Show
Sit
the
up.
front.
There's the front again. One more time.
Stand up again, sweetie.
Comes in
Yep.
small, medium, large, extra large. All right, cool. Thank you, Will. Thank you so much. So, but while we're winding up, how do we eradicate
Well,
these
first thing we
nasty
do.
little
Well,
buggers?
Well, the best way is to give them a cold, wintry night and freeze them.
Freeze them, and what else? And also a lot of
Rain.
moisture, right? Moisture helps it out because that creates a mold in that mold. So that's natural. That's the natural way that these things are going to kick
And
the
you know
bucket.
what's weird?
But now, can modern science help us out here a little bit?
Yes.
And okay, so how does that happen?
Well, it's not there yet, but if scientists can create a hybrid fungus that can eradicate the brown-tailed moths,
Nice,
you know, it could actually be revolutionary-ish.
nice. Now, there's another thing too? Don't we give it a little medicine somewhere in a tree or something? Isn't there something about that? Isn't there?
You just inject the tree. and
With
then-
what? What are they injecting it with? Is it like toxic, harmful?
I guess-
Yeah. Is it methyl ethyl bad stuff or what?
Concerta.
What is
It's
it?
concerted.
Concerta.
Yep.
What is Concerta?
It's like a tree. It's like a tree. It's like medicine
It's
for the tree.
similar to the stuff that's in dog collars.
Okay, so like almost like a tick collar type of thing,
Yeah,
yeah?
it's like injecting
Yeah.
a tick collar.
Or the
into
same juice
tree.
that's in the tick collar, or it's on a tick collar?
Yep, similar.
Okay.
It's
All right, so there you
a
have it.
natural,
So I would imagine that costs.
responsible environmental product.
It is environmentally responsible. I like those buzzwords. I would imagine that this is a little bit costly. This costs some money to have some special certified
that's
dudes go
why-
around and do this. Is that
That's
correct?
why we had a fundraiser. And if you go to Yarmouth, Maine, you can help donate money for the brown-tailed moth. So if you haven't checked it out, go to Maine.
Yarmouth Community Service.
Go to yarmouthcommunityservice.com.
.org.
.org. Sorry.
.org. Okay,
And-
we'll get that address in the comments in the description below, guys. Go ahead.
And sign in, give the money, and do what this shirt is doing. Eradicate the brown-tailed moth.
All right. Hey, Will, I really, really do appreciate you coming in today. Thank you so much. You did a great job.
My
Really
favorite
appreciate it.
world.
I want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to be kind. Easy, careful. I really appreciate everybody for
Peace
coming
out,
in.
guys.
I really appreciate everybody tuning in each and every week. We would not be half as much fun if it wasn't for all of you guys that come and watch us each and every week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, we're going to have some more news. Please come over to our YouTube
Hopefully
channel
we'll be on the
and
water.
subscribe. Come over to our Instagram channel and subscribe, or Instagram and follow and subscribe. Where are we at? We're at 649 on our Instagram. Will our Instagram outpace our YouTube? That is the question that's happening. There definitely Instagram seems to be on the race, but we need help. Get the YouTube going. We got Skipper T's got something else going.
Well, no, just end off the Memorial Day weekend show. Make sure everybody pay homage to those who served for us for our freedom. The official kickoff to the summer. Be safe out there. Have fun. Check on your neighbors. And remember, America
It's great.
is great. We're very grateful to be here.
Again, thank you so much to all of our veterans out there. You guys are what's keeping our freedom and keeping us safe. And we really, really do deeply appreciate our veterans, and as well as those who have lost their life to help protect our freedom. And that's what this holiday is all about. So happy Memorial Day to everybody. Please be safe, be kind, be cool, be happy.
Next week, the ice boats will be in the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, we got ice boats that got to get put away. See you next week, guys. I love you guys. Be cool, be kind, be happy, and remember, eat me.
All right, go.
And